What up, Source family? It's your guy, Rhett Butler, and welcome to Pretty Left Hook. We are the intersection of combat sports and culture. The fight game is slowly coming back, y'all. It is a COVID-19 world, after all, and the resurgence has been led by one organization and its unstoppable leader. That's right, it's the UFC. And UFC president, Dana White. After taking over the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena in Jacksonville, Florida, and holding 3 fights there in May, the UFC then went to their hometown of Las Vegas to their UFC Apex. But man, now the inevitable has happened. That's right, y'all. The mythical Fight Island is a reality as UFC 251 christens Abu Dhabi for the first ever event replete with an octagon on the beach. 10 square miles of isolated safety zone that has dining, training, an arena. Like I said, there's an octagon on the beach. What many thought initially was too far-fetched to be true is a reality. And it starts with 3 title fights headlined by the grudge match of the year between UFC welterweight champion Kareem Usman and Jorge Masvidal. Before we get into the main event though, we have to commend Dana White and the UFC for their vision, leadership, and unrelenting spirit. It is that same energy that made the UFC a household name and grew the sport of MMA exponentially. As the NBA restarts its season and other leagues plan out their reopening, you have to commend Dana White for taking all the shots.
Leading up to this event, tomorrow, there's been 8,000 tests. 8,000 tests leading up to this fight. I mean, nobody's doing anything like that.
He took all the smoke, but he stayed the course. Salute. Now, let's get to our main event. Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman. He was supposed to face Gilbert Burns originally. Unfortunately, Burns contracted COVID-19. However, this set up the potential fight of the year, a grudge match between Kamaru Usman and UFC BMF champ Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. These guys hate each other and had a major confrontation in Miami during Super Bowl weekend. But now the stage is set for the 2 champs to meet, and it will be epic. But this is a big win for the culture too, y'all. Usman is the first ever African-born UFC champion representing Nigeria. Masvidal, he's a Cuban-American from South Florida and a former street fighter. He's also a protege of the legendary Kimbo Slice. MMA has long sought a way to have relevance in communities of color, and this matchup is dripping with culture. So who takes this bout? Is it the collegiate wrestler in Usman, who's now a striker, or the street fighter turned MMA star in Jorge Masvidal? Well, we'll all find out on Saturday, July 11th. Now I want to talk to my boxing people. There's a call to action I got to bring to you guys. We need to channel the energy of Muhammad Ali in the Cleveland Summit in early June 1967. Bill Russell, Jim Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Muhammad Ali. But where's today's boxers? You know, back in 2014, 2-time welterweight champ Andre Berto used the Amir Khan versus Devin Alexander fight weekend for hashtag blackout boxing for a peaceful protest the day before the fight. This was during the wake of Mike Brown's death in Ferguson, Missouri, Eric Garner in Staten Island. The mission Andre Berto had was to call attention to the issues of police brutality and show that boxing cared about the issues and had something to say. He was joined by Peter Kid Chocolate Quillen, Zab Judah, Sean Porter, and Errol Spence Jr. Salute to you gents for being on the front lines early in the game. But right now, all I heard is Deontay Wilder as the lone voice in the space with the rallying cry of "Till this day!"
Go look up the history. Shit, don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what. I dare you to sit up there and say, explain. You know what I'm talking about, man. He's fighting people. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day.
MMA, you've been completely silent with the exception of John Jones, who's been out in New Mexico helping clean up the community and working the streets. But now's not the time to be silent, guys. And we are all one family in pursuit of social justice. We at The Source implore you to stand up and fight. You are not only superheroes in the ring, but we need you on the front lines. My name is Rhett Butler, and this